Yeah, it's Cash. Get him. DJ Deuce McGuire, this hot as a log fire. Spark the lighter in the 303. We wrestle at the quarry. Golden, Colorado. Mercury Pro Wrestling Academy. Elevated wrestling. Yeah. Hashtag follow if you know the motto. Can't stop now. Got the need for speed. Combustion and concussion. Championships in my vision. I put the key in the ignition. Such an easy decision. I got a hustler's ambition. Wrestling at its best. Welcome to the show I put on for Rocky Mountain Pro. Let's go.
RMP Radio is back on the air. Hi, I am your host, Mr. Fourth Row, and I am joined once again by the owner of Rocky Mountain Pro. That is Mercury Matt Yaden. Matt, how you doing?
I'm good. Just hanging in there through all this. How are you doing?
I'm doing just about the same. Crazy times that we are living in right now. And
right.
And speaking of that, how is yourself and Rocky Mountain Pro holding up with all this?
I mean, we're doing the best we can. We've ceased all operations, so no training, no live events, and no TV tapings, as you've seen. So doing the best that we can, and everybody is doing what they can individually to kind of stay afloat. And obviously, with this many people in an organization, you got multiple different stories and multiple different circumstances and jobs and people. From what I've seen, everybody's doing okay, and we'll check in with each other in the group just to kind of check in and see how everybody's holding up. So as of right now, it seems like everybody's just kind of rolling with it, and we're just going to hang in until we're able to get the ball moving again.
Right, yeah, and it was just unfortunate, timing because Rocky Mountain Pro with their charge, which some of it hasn't been aired on Twitch and everything yet, but
Right.
Spoiler alert, we have a lot of kind of fun stuff going to be happening. But so you kind of shifted and tell the listeners what Rocky Mountain Pro is doing in the meantime before we get there, like on the Twitch and everything like that.
So, as you said, there I think it's 3 episodes that were taped that haven't been released yet, that we're going to wait until we're back to taping again and we're able to run the live events before we put those out. So in place of Charged every Sunday, we're doing Rocky Mountain Rewind, which is something we've actually talked about for a couple years, and it takes us all the way back to the beginning, and we're running in order everything Rocky Mountain Pro related all the way back to the NRW days. So this will be I believe we're coming up on the 4th episode this Sunday, and it's just a look back at the history of the company. We went all the way back to the first episode to 1999. I had some footage of the first independent wrestling show that I ever went to when I was 17, when I had just met a group of people that were into pro wrestling, and I've told the story multiple times. How I didn't really watch a lot of wrestling. This group of people got me into it. So we started there. They kind of showed where I got interested in professional wrestling, and then started getting trained and some clips from Ohio NRW, and then there was a clip from Fusion Pro Wrestling out here in Colorado, where I started to kind of learn and pick up how I would want to run things if I were to ever run things. And then, of course, 2010, the start of NRW here in Colorado, and so on and so forth. So we're currently, I think, around September or so of 2011 in the episodes, and we're just going to keep running with the old footage before we were taping TV, just the stuff that we were taping and putting up online. And it's pretty fun. It's a fun look back at where we came from, and it really, just for me, even looking back on it, gives me an appreciation for where we were, how hard we were trying then, how we've always been trying to push that envelope to grow. And it's pretty cool to see all that old footage, people that have come and gone, and it's something that I think everybody should tune in and watch. It'll give you a broader scope of what Rocky Mountain Pro is all about and where we came from.
Right, yeah. And, and then also, like, in this little bit of downtime that we are at, is that giving you some time and opportunity to, like, maybe work on some things that you'd like to implement with Rocky Mountain Pro, and, kind of like projects that have been kind of on the back burner that you've been able to, kind of get a little foothold on and work on and that kind of stuff?
Yes, and I mean, and that starts with the Rewind show. Like I said, it was something we've been wanting to do for a while, so it gave us an opportunity there. Really focusing on the Twitch channel, trying to beef that up, get more content on there, and learn more about it. Over Easy Stevie has been doing a lot now in this downtime on that end, editing, putting things together, kind of learning some tips and tricks for streaming and growing and getting us out there more digitally and reaching that market. And just kind of rethinking some things as far as how I run the company, how I run the school. We got to look ahead with the Jefferson County Fairgrounds situation. Where's that gonna with this now? It could really change how we were doing that. I mean, I was looking towards the end of the year, pretty sure we were going to be there at least till the end of December. That was the sounds of things, but who knows what they're going to do when we come back and what the county decides to do with events there and things. So you got to keep eyes on that. What's going to happen at Bierstadt? What's going to happen at Romero's? So just kind of trying to do all these scenarios in my head of how to manage this and how to kind of position us. If these things don't come through, how do we adjust? Do we find new locations? Do we work out different deals? There's all sorts of things that we have to think about once we do come out of this, and we don't even know when that's going to be. So it gives us a lot of time to not only appreciate what you had and be grateful for what you had. Times like these, make you appreciate the things in your life that you're able to do, but how I'm going to be smarter about it when we come back. So basically a re-strategizing period mentally, and just jotting down ideas, just kind of sitting around and kicking things around with Stevie and some other people within the group, and we'll see where we go when we get the green light again. But a lot of time to think, that's for sure.
Right, yeah, and like you said, where exactly, Rocky Mountain Pro and, of course, other wrestling companies are going to be phased in. What phase are they going to be allowed to be in? And, where's the, where they want you to try to be careful and all that kind of stuff when things are quote-unquote opening up.
Right. So I think I think I'm an optimistic person. Like I'm the eternal optimist, but I know on our end we're going to make the best of this, and we're going to come back better. And that's the goal. Is okay. This was an unfortunate situation in many people's lives for many different reasons. So we all have to now think of, not just in running a business or in our professional lives, but in our all of our lives, how to make things better, how to reorganize and come back stronger and better than ever. And that's the main focus, is taking this unfortunate situation and learning from it and rethinking how we do things. So I hope that for the other organizations, with New Era and Primos and CSW and Hugo's, so many out there, like they're all thinking the same thing, I would assume. Like, okay, now when we come back, how are we going to structure this? Where are we going to run? What are we going to do? So it's a time to reflect, and I think everybody's going to come back stronger than ever after it's all said and done.
Yeah, and it was really unfortunate because Rocky Mountain Pro had a huge weekend ready to go when they had to shut things down and close things off for it was like, it was a huge weekend that was coming up. I mean, how did that feel? It's like, oh man, we have a huge weekend and we can't do it.
It's a punch to the gut, but
yeah.
I mean, milestone 10 was supposed to be in January, so we were coming up on the 10-year anniversary. I'm not January, in June, I'm sorry.
Right.
And now we've got to rethink that. Are we going to be back by June? Is it going to be the fall when we can come back? Do we push milestone 10 back? Like we want to still have that. Like it's a big thing for us. So it's a punch in the gut, but at the end of it, like I try to put in perspective what we're doing. And we're entertaining people, and it's as long as everybody's safe and everybody's okay and healthy. if dates get shifted and you have to move locations and you lose money, and you can always find a new location. You can always make money later. You can figure it out. But people's health and safety are number one, and that's what's being taken care of right now. So while it's like, oh man, we had this huge weekend, we got milestone 10, like that's stuff that can still be held off, and we can retool it. So as long as we're ensuring that everybody is healthy and safe and taken care of and okay, then we'll figure the rest of that stuff out.
Right. Yeah, and so in this time, I'm assuming that you're helping your wrestlers with whatever kind of support and things that you possibly can. But who's been supporting you?
Well, I mean, family.
Yeah.
Mainly, and I've had several wrestlers check in, just say, hey, how you doing? Just see. I've posted in the group a few times just to check in, and kind of get everybody, because making a bunch of individual calls is tough. And everybody's kind of got their circle of friends and those that they're checking in on and making sure they're okay. And I've been fortunate to have several check in on me, and I've had some conversations. And my family's been very supportive, and my daughter is as amazing as usual. Over Easy Stevie is a guy that I'm close to, and he's there with me, trying to kind of keep the ship floating in these times. So I'm fortunate. I'm very blessed, and I've got a lot of people around me that are good people that care. So I've got no complaints. I'm surrounded by a wonderful group of people.
All right, well, that's good. Well, and along that same lines of support, and there's been a lot of talk, of course, all the wrestlers out there, you have their time to work on things as, for various reasons to, help and that kind of stuff. But what can the listeners do to support Rocky Mountain Pro in this downtime, if they're, of course, able to, with everything that's going on?
The most direct way, and that would help us the most. I mean, obviously, talk about us, share things, retweet stuff, share stuff on Facebook, on Instagram. Come to the Twitch page, give us a follow. If you can, if people can spare it, a subscription on the Twitch channel is huge for us. So if you can subscribe, if people have Amazon Prime, they can link it to a Twitch account and get Twitch Prime, which gives you a free subscription to the channel of your choice every month. So you can subscribe to us for free. You get all the custom emotes. Chris Hoff is working on a special Discord thing for subscribers. We're working on some subscriber-only streams and chats that you can get with that subscription, plus access to all the VOD catalog that we have up there. So heading over to twitch.tv/Rocky Mountain Pro, giving us a follow, subscribing if you can, coming into the streams and watching them live, letting your friends and family know, hey, come watch this. Cheering the bits really helps out a lot when people come in and they cheer and hang out. So that's the best direct way right now to support us, help us keep afloat. Now's the perfect time to grow this Twitch channel. Right. We are very, very fortunate to be partnered with Twitch. Not a lot of channels on there and streamers are partnered, and we're grateful for that. Twitch has been very supportive. We've been placed on the front page the last 3 weeks in a row, and that support is huge from Twitch. So we can continue to build our audience along with that. It's going to make a big impact for us as far as being able to support continuing to stream and continuing to produce content. And also it looks great for Twitch when they're seeing the consistent growth and the fan base and the community that we built. So that would be huge for us. Twitch.tv/Rocky Mountain Pro. Give it a follow and sub if you can. And that really is big for us right now.
Awesome. All right. Well, another thing too that I would think that people might be able to help support Rocky Mountain Pro, and of course, I'm a very passionate person about merchandise, and I think that Rocky Mountain Pro might have some merchandise actually physically on hand, like shirts and things like that. So it'd be a good time to maybe help if you can. Support Rocky Mountain Pro. Clear out the inventory that they have on hand with what you got going on. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, we are pretty low on the inventory now. I think we were able to get rid of all the hats.
Okay.
We've got a few shirts, I think, left. The bulk of it, now you can get most of it on Amazon, which helps out. And through Twitch, you can do that. So we've got the page up. Individual wrestlers too, to support them. And anybody listening, forgive me if I've forgotten you. In the comments of this posting, make sure you put your merch pages. But Abaddon's got her own merch page up too, so you can get Abaddon merch through us. You can support her directly by getting it through her page. JK Pop, they're always great with the merchandise. They've got their page up too. And anyone else that has it, and again, any other talent that has their own individual, pro wrestling tees page or anything like that, make sure you share them in the comments. Spread that. That's a way you can do that. And again, Abaddon and JK Pop are the two I can think of right offhand that have put a lot of time into their designs and getting their own stores up. So you can get them through ours, you can get them through theirs to support them directly. Rocky Mountain Pro merchandise from obviously our page, pop sockets and hoodies, all sorts of cool stuff. So there, and going to Collar and Elbow and putting in the code RMP when you order stuff also, helps us and supports us as well. At collarandelbowbrand.com, using the link RMP, you get 10% off, and it also kicks back to Rocky Mountain Pro and supports us there too. So those are all the different ways online you can kind of help us keep this ball rolling.
Right. Yeah. So basically, like I do say each and every time I record a edition of RMP Radio, head over to the rmpwrestling.com, click on the merch link, or if you're on Amazon, search for Rocky Mountain Pro. And then, of course, like you talked about, everybody's working on, and I kind of mentioned they're working on their pro wrestling tees. I took advantage of that. I don't want to tell everybody how many shirts I bought, but it was a lot.
Nice.
Because they had that spring fling deal, so it worked out really well for everybody.
Oh, good.
But yeah, I'm gonna be. Let's just basically say I'm gonna have shirts to outfit me for a couple weeks.
Awesome.
Right.
Shirts to ride in.
Right, exactly, yeah, and speaking of which, you can of course get your classic Mercury Yaden shirt at all those links as well. So, yeah, awesome, yeah. All right, well, Matt, I do appreciate you coming on. But before I let you go, where people want to find you on the social media and just kind of give you a high wave, how you doing, kind of thing.
To find me individually, all across all the social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, it's at Mercury Yaden. So it's the same on all of them. You can go in there. I'm not incredibly active all the time. So if you shoot me, like if you try to shoot me a DM on Twitter, I probably won't get it for a month. But popping in and making a comment, maybe on Facebook or just tweeting something out, I'll see that if you do the tweet. So yeah, the Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Mercury Yaden, and of course for Rocky Mountain Pro at the Rocky MTN Pro on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and then Twitch.tv / Rocky Mountain Pro and YouTube. .com/Rocky Mountain Pro as well is where you can find the company.
Right. Yeah, exactly. All right. Once again, Matt, I do appreciate you coming on, and can't wait to see you and, of course, everybody else once we get things all taken care of here.
Gratitude. That's the biggest thing I want people to take out of this. Be grateful for what you got. That old saying, you don't know what you have until it's gone. I hope when we come back to this, we all kind of really... Not that we didn't appreciate each other, because we did, but to really appreciate what you have going on, and now that we've seen how much we miss it when it's taken away, I can't wait to get back there and see everyone again.
Right, yeah, exactly. Like I said, once again, Matt, do appreciate you coming on. Once again, a big thank you to Mercury Matt Yaden for coming on to this edition of RMP Radio and letting all the listeners know how himself, the wrestlers there at Rocky Mountain Pro and Rocky Mountain Pro are doing. And like we said, if you want to support everybody, the wrestlers, the promotion, all that kind of stuff like that, Matt did say that there was some shirts available on hand that they were selling at the shows. So if you wouldn't mind, send a message over to Rocky Mountain Pro via all the social media channels. See if they have a shirt or that kind of stuff in stock. Help them clean out the coffers to start anew when all this is happening. Fortunately, if they don't have a shirt in your size on hand, it's easy. Like we said, head over to rmpwrestling.com, click on the merchandise link, or if you're on Amazon or your Amazon app, search for Rocky Mountain Pro, and there's all kinds of great selections to choose from. And additionally, if you're on the Rocky Mountain Pro website, if you click on the individual wrestlers, a lot of them have their links to their brandly newly created pro wrestling tees, shirt stores, merchandise stores, and you can support them there as well. And along with that, a lot of them are putting on new designs and fresh designs and all kinds of new stuff up there. So take advantage of that if you are capable of doing that. And we do recognize that some of us out there have been recently unemployed, furloughed, and all that kind of stuff like that. So just keep a positive spin out there, positive attitude, and we will get through this. Okay, so like we said, next on the events. But if you want to watch us in the meantime, of course, head over to twitch.tv/Rocky Mountain Pro and watch all the great shows that are up there done by all your favorite Rocky Mountain Pro superstars. If you can subscribe, that helps out Rocky Mountain Pro immensely. You can also find Rocky Mountain Pro, of course, on the Fight TV app, the youtube.com/Rocky Mountain Pro, and impactplus.tv and Fight Network UK, as well as Right Now TV. Probably going to be reruns on Right Now TV, I would assume, until the episodes that have been recorded can be put in the can and put up there. But if you want to watch on Right Now TV, I believe it's like a 3 show block where Rocky Mountain Pro is paired up with a few other wrestling's shows, so get your wrestling fix as well on Right Now TV. Okay, so if you want to follow us, everything does stem from rmpwrestling.com. And of course, on the social media, the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, all of the name of The Rocky MTN Pro. And once again, let me phonetically spell that for you. That is The Rocky Mike Tango November Pro. Well, I want to thank you all for listening to this very special edition of RMP Radio, where pro wrestling is elevated.